Hey everyone, back again with another awesome knife unveiling, unboxing. I always hesitate to call these reviews. They're not really reviews. They're more of a kind of a show and tell. I think a review takes a lot more of investment of time. There's some knives I can definitely do reviews on that I've had for a while, but these are more of just kind of an initial show and tell. So for today's show and tell, drinking some delicious cold brew. I can't remember what the name of this cold brew is, but man, phenomenal. Definitely need it on this snowy mid to late January day in Oklahoma. Great day to do a knife unveiling. This is a big one. I feel like I've said that a lot lately, but I think that the knives that I've been putting on the channel, I think, have all been absolutely phenomenal. Let's get into this package. This is one that's a little bit overdue. I actually got this for Christmas. There's a backstory to that. This was, as you can see, it came from Polish Custom Knives. This is the packaging it comes with. Certificate of authenticity. Get all this gear out of here. Check it out. Polish Custom Knives. Talks about just the company themselves. You've got a morale patch. Certificate of authenticity. This to certify that this knife was custom built by, I think it's Bartos Herman Knives. This is the Dragonfly. I believe that's a 72, is from what I understand. It's got the Rockwell hardness, M398 steel, which is awesome. Never owned anything in M398. Don't know a lot about it, so it's going to be really cool to kind of discover this knife, this blade steel, and see how it holds up. Titanium on the clip, the backspacer, and the handle. August 3rd of 2022, so very recent. And then there is his signature. We've got some bearings. These are free bearings within the pivot, so that's interesting. Very easy to lose, so it's good that they give you some extras. And then we've got the pivot tool. Let's get into the knife, take another drink of coffee, and do some talking. So comes in a nice case with Polish Custom Knives and Herman Knives on the other side. And there she is, the Dragonfly. Wow. What a gorgeous knife. My goodness. So the backstory on this guy, I didn't really know a lot about Herman Knives until the past year, and they started kind of popping up on YouTube. Several YouTubers, Metal Complex, Best Damn EDC, I believe, Nick Shabazz, those types of guys has started putting videos out on Polish Custom Knives, on Herman Knives. But how I really found out about it was through a friend. My buddy Jason, he's a good friend of the channel, good friend in general. He bought this knife and had kind of told me how they were similar to Shogurov's, and that he had his eye out for one, and he picked this one up. I see this one because this is the exact one. So, of course, I lusted after his knife when he got it, and he sent me great, beautiful macros of the pivot and the scales and the spine milling and this beautiful kind of floating looking backspacer and the perfectly drilled screw ends that have also been kind of rounded and polished to hold in the backspacer, and the clip and this gorgeous milling. I think it's very Art Deco, you know, Great Gatsby type look. My wife thinks it looks very regal, something that maybe like a knight or a character in like Lord of the Rings would carry, and I completely agree with that. Beautiful. The pivot screw is adjustable on this side and then milled to hold it into place on the opposite side and polished. Very beautiful clip, titanium milled pocket clip with a relief to slide into your pocket and be held in place really well. A very, very nice liner lock, beautiful drop shut action, falls under its own weight, but it also will stay in place wherever you put it. That is perfect in my opinion. The guillotine droppers are nice. I like them to like kind of fall like that. That's just so perfect for me because I don't love it where it just shoots down and then you know can land on your fingers. I like it to fall under its own weight, barely, but also when you put it somewhere it stays. So the story on this beautiful knife, my buddy Jason picked this up secondhand. He had bought it from Arizona Custom Knives, basically new, in new condition. Put it in his pocket, carried it for, not very long. Probably saw limited use, if anything, and maybe had to open a few envelopes with it. And Christmas comes along, and I've got a Christmas list. My wife and I like to kind of surprise each other. It's a lot more fun that way. And I get her something that she's got on her list, and she gets me something. And this year, I wanted to do a really good job of, she has a lot of fun just surprising me. That's the big thing for her. So I made a huge laundry list of knives, of course, that I want, A, for the channel, B, that I've always wanted to get my hands on. And I don't even remember if I even put, I think I put a Herman knife on it, but there's a laundry list. There's a ton of them. So I made sure that I wouldn't be able to know what she was picking me, and I would be surprised on Christmas morning. And so I told her that my buddy Jason was a good friend, and she, you know, I think they've spoken maybe once or twice, just like on Facebook. We're Facebook friends. And I said, basically reach out to him and he'd be a resource to help you acquire some of these knives off the Facebook groups, because some of them you might be able to find for retail and you'd probably have to get secondhand, and he can facilitate that purchase, and then you can just pay him and off we go. So she did just that and reached out to him, and he said, look, Daniel loves this knife. I know he's not going to see it coming, and it would be a surprise. And the way he, you know, most likely the way I reacted when I first saw this knife was utter shock of how gorgeous it was. And I really hadn't ever seen a knife that was like it. And so she reaches out to him and starts talking about what should I get Daniel, and he offers to sell her his own knife, this knife, at a definitely a discounted, greatly discounted price than what he paid, and just considered it as helping out with my gift, and just wanted to be a good guy and be a blessing. So so that's how I ended up with this beautiful Herman Dragonfly. Very appreciative. It shocked me Christmas morning. She filmed it, and I was pretty taken back that she was able to find one just like Jason's. And then it kind of I kind of figured it out and said, you know, is this Jason's knife? And she's like, yep. And so awesome. It makes it even cooler that it came from a friend. It's the exact one. And it's just, man, I love the sound that it makes. Clink. You hear that two distinct sounds. One of it breaking the liner lock, and one of it hitting the stop pin. Gorgeous construction. The interior is going to be, I don't think I'll be able to show it honestly because of the lighting. Let me see if I can look at it from behind the camera. It says Dragonfly Gen 2 in this interior of the scale. I'm not going to be able to get the camera to pick it up because my lighting situation, but mirror polished blade, the sharpening mirror polish. You can see it kind of glisten there. I'm not sure if that came from the factory that way or the owner who had this before, Jason, put that on there. It needs to be slightly touched up. You can see some kind of striations in that finish, but it is incredibly sharp. Very thin behind the edge, extremely uniform in thickness all the way out to the tip, which is what I love to see. Make sharpening so much easier and makes your sharpening lines a lot more precise and uniform. Great sharpening choil, beautiful distal taper on the knife itself, just gorgeous. The spine milling, let's see if I can get my camera to pick it up. There it is right there. Gorgeous kind of herringbone. Super comfortable. Definitely a larger size knife. As you can see, if I would say full size knife, maybe large, medium to large, probably fits in that category of knives. Let me get a knife just to kind of compare. Let's see here. Here is a Strider S&G for comparison. So you can tell, you know, this, I would say this is definitely like a medium-ish size knife, and then this one is definitely a good amount bigger. So definitely more towards your larger end of the spectrum, I think, when it comes to folders. Beautiful sunburst pattern, polished pivot screw, and the other side, M390. The finish on this blade is gorgeous. I love the way they've done this. It's a very, very fine stone wash. Hard to kind of tell. Almost an orange peel kind of look to it with the, you know, engraved Herman. My fingers just noticed look really yellowish in this lighting. I got done making chili for my wife and I for this snowy day, and I think I've got a little bit of it ingrained in my fingers. Sorry about that. Beautiful sunburst milled titanium. Beautiful kind of coppered titanium backspacer. Perfectly centered. The lockup, rock solid. The stick on the liner lock is the lightest amount, just to let you know it's there. Very hydraulic, no grittiness, no galling, just very, very well done. Very early lockup. Let's see. But I have not noticed any lock rock, any movement with that at all. It's just been perfect. So as far as I know, Mr. Herman, if you go to his website, I'm trying to remember, I think it's his website, not Polish Custom Knives, and it's a very well done website. There's great video footage of him making these knives. His equipment and everything, it is extremely impressive. You can tell he is absolutely a master craftsman. These are, as far as I know, completely done by him. I don't know the parts and stuff. I believe he's making them all on his own. The video alludes to that being the case. I don't think he's sourcing any of the pieces or parts from anybody other than the manufacturers of the steel and the titanium. I think he's making it all in-house by hand himself with, it looks like a very, very, very good machine shop. This is the kind of little miniature wrench that comes with his knives, or this knife in particular. See if I can get it focused. Herman is engraved on there. Fits perfectly to this guy to adjust the pivot. I'm not going to do it. I don't really want to scratch it up, but I haven't had to touch that. It hasn't moved since I've owned the knife, and it has just been perfect. This is my night out, date night, dinner carry with my wife, wedding, dress up, whatever you know. Whenever you have to dress up nice and you want to look the part, this is the beautiful blade that you want in your pocket. And it is just stunning. I will remember this Christmas gift for a very long time. It was very special from my wife and from a good friend, and a great surprise. So the Herman Knives Dragonfly, beautiful, elegant, drop point slash kind of slight clip point, which is right up my alley. And it is fire. It's fire. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Look forward to doing more. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. I really do appreciate it. Trying to hit that 1,000 mark in the next month or two if possible. And so let's get us there. Let me know what you think of this knife and Herman in general. I know that I think this maker deserves all the accolades. He deserves to be spoken of the same way that Shirogorov spoken of. Very similar construction, beautiful machining. Just can't say enough about it, guys. It's fantastic. Perfect ball bearing action. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Appreciate all the support. See ya.